Huh. Okay, now start the session. Okay, good morning, one and all present here. Uh, it is my immense pleasure to invite our alumni, Mr. Murugapan, founder CEO Infikil Technologies Chennai, to give the tech talk on emerging technologies on Oracle DBMS and SQL. On behalf of the Department of CSE, the School of Computing, Kare, Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education. I welcome the resource person. Uh, the profile of our resource person or the distinguished alumni. He is the founder and the CEO of Infikil Technologies Chennai. He has more than 9+ years of experience in Oracle SQL, PL and he had a good experience with RDBMS, includes Oracle 10G and 11G SQL, and also good proficiency in PLSQL and SQL loader. He also more expertise to handle the DBMS tools such as DOAD, PLSQL developer, and SQL Star Plus. He began a career as a corporate trainer in a US-based company called ECS. He initiated some projects in Citibank projects. He involved in many corporate training also. Okay, I welcome you, sir.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Now I
Thanks for your.
hand over the session to our distinguished alumni, our resource person, Mr. Murugapan. Sir, you take the session from
Yeah,
sir.
thanks for your nice intro, sir. Fine. So good morning, everyone. So I hope in upcoming days also you will be having a lot of seminars as well as guest lectures. I would like you guys to pay attention to this particular session because I'm not going to talk much about technical side, but I will tell you some solutions which will very useful for you guys to get into a job. Okay, so I think that is a much needed thing. So we are doing so many mistakes while searching a job. Okay, so first of all, I am just giving 80% weightage to that career management kind of things, as well as 20% I will give you overview about how to choose a particular technology and how to become expertise in that. Okay, so before starting, I will give you brief introduction about myself. I have totally 9+ years of experience, and first started my career as a trainer. Okay, so I used to train people in US, China, and all, and they market them, and they will get some benefits. Okay, then later part, I joined Oracle Corporation, and I worked there for 4.5 years. Then I started my own company for training and placement. Okay, why I'm telling this is like I started with one small company as a trainer. Okay, so total strength is like 5 to 6 employees only we were there. But our resource like trainees, it will be around 160, 170. Okay, so once you're done with your degree, it won't help you to get into your particular job. It might be at CL or TCS, whatever. We need some additional skill sets. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss in today's session. And before starting, I would like to thank my staffs. Okay, don't think I am a topper. I didn't see the S grade in my mark sheet and all, and everyone knows about me. I identified myself like getting more mark is very difficult, like getting more CGPA is very difficult. So I just concentrated on some other application development and learning new skills and all. It's very easy. I will tell you those things later. And particularly, I just want to thank Mr. Radhakrishnan sir. I don't think you guys will aware about him. He's such a wonderful person, and Deepa Lakshmi madam and other staffs, including Raja sir, HOD Devaraj sir, everyone. Uh, then, so as I said before, you have to pay attention to this session. Okay, so if you have some other work, if you are doing some other activity, just quit that and get into this session. It will be around 45 to 1 hour. Okay, so I will give you more ideas which will be very helpful for you to get a job easily. Okay, so do you know what is this 5.9? So anyone, if you have any idea, you just let me know in the chat window. I can able to view the message that you are sending. Okay, fine. So if the same question, if I asked it with corporate people, or else those who are working in the sense, if you have 23 participants, I will get 23 response. Okay, this is the first place where we failed. Okay, you have a right to say I don't know, I don't have any idea, how can I guess, you can ask anything. Okay, uh, if I try to explain the same point in different way, you can go to office on time, or else you can take I mean, there will be a delay like half an hour or 1.5 hour, or else you can take leave. These three things is not problem, but you need to inform them. Okay, the first weightage you have to give is like response rate should be very very high. So if you are going to call some HR, in the sense, if they ask you to call them by 5 o'clock, again you need to call them at sharply at 5 o'clock. So response rate definitely you have to increase, because nowadays if you are sending some resume to some HR, they won't open your mail. You have to call them and inform you sent mail to him, and then only they will check that mail. So response in the sense, not only for answering these kind of question. Okay, if you are late, you need to inform. If you are taking leave, you need to inform. Okay, that comes under response rate. So actually this 5.9 is my CGPA. Even I don't have 6, I struggled a lot to get this 5.9. Okay, so that's why from third year onwards I started doing web development as well as design kind of things. But later part, after coming out from the college, I just started learning database and all. But initial stage you can't fix which technology you are going to work, but I can give you some idea. So what I am trying to say is, don't worry about your academics. Even those who didn't complete their degree, companies are ready to hire them. So that there is a secret behind that. I will tell you that thing in upcoming slides. So how to get your IT job? Don't say we need to prepare a resume, like we have to attend some interviews from HCL, TCS. No, that is not a way to get IT job. Okay, don't search. Don't search for job. Okay, you won't get it. Okay, there is a big story behind this. I will explain it in detail. Okay, because currently I am having around 120 students in my batch. Okay, they did all, I mean, everyone did this mistake. So that's why I came up with this slide. So don't search. If you want job, in the sense, don't search for any job. Okay, so before that, we need to do many things. That 99% we need to prepare, and remaining 1% you can search. If you start focusing on searching your IT job, you won't get it. End of the day, you have to give your resume to 50 number of companies. No one will hire you. Okay, so I will give you the exact reason later. So if you have any note and pen, you just write 99% of preparation plus 1% of search. Even in that time, they will call you and they will hire you. Okay, from companies you will receive a call and you can easily get placed over there. So 99% is only for preparation, just 1% is for search. Okay, okay. Now I just get into this like preparation part and which technology you can choose. Like what you can see, someone will say .NET is having more scope, someone will say big data is having more scope in nowadays, and someone say Python, Java, JavaScript, lot of things are there, right? But before start preparing on particular technology, see, don't start with .NET and after few days, if you come to know Java is having more value, people will easily switch from .NET to Java, Java to web development to digital marketing. End of the day, we can't expect any technical skill set from them. Okay, so I will give you some idea to get understanding about all the technologies. And here is the slide. So we have two major part in application development. Like if you're going to develop on software, like even in our college, if you are developing some software, or else in some company if they are developing some application, in the sense, these two things play major role. Okay, one is called it as front end and another one is called it as back end. Front end means simply speaking, that is UI. Technical point of view, that is UI or user interface. For example, I'm just opening on website. Okay, so I'm just opening Yahoo. So here I have some logo, I have some menu and sign in button. Like if you have account, you can sign in, or else we have some menus here, some news feeds, everything is there. These appearance, whatever you've seen in your screen, if you go to Gmail, there will be a registration form. second. There will be a registration form, there will be a login form, password reset form, everything. Whatever you seen in your screen is considered as front end or else user interface. Okay. So these kind of things will be developed by front end developers, and whatever the data, like in inbox, I have this much of mail. In outbox, I have these many things. In my bank account, I did all these transactions. Those data will be stored in backend, nothing but database. For front end, I said that is user interface, UI part. For back end, I said it's purely about data and how we are going to manage that, and then admin part of data, like improving performance, those things comes under backend. Okay, so I will list out few popular front end as well as backend things. Okay, so Java is a popular front end in market. Okay, so previously it was owned by Sun Microsystem. I hope you heard that company. There was one company called Sun Microsystem. They had their own operating system called Solaris and all. But now this Java product as well as Sun Microsystem hardware like Switch Hub, everything is owned by Oracle Corporation. Okay, Oracle is a database. At the same time, Oracle is a company. Okay, you can call it as Oracle Corporation. Okay, their own product is called Oracle. Now this Java is owned by Oracle. Previously, everyone used to do some kind of certification like Sun Java certified, but nowadays it's replaced by OCJP, Oracle Certified Java Profession. Okay, so this is the front end and then corresponding backend. Okay, if you connect both, then only you will get application. So this corresponding backend is Oracle. In that Oracle, you can learn SQL and PLSQL. Within that, this is the subcategory in development point of view I am telling. Okay, so SQL as well as PL/SQL, or else you can call it as SQL and PL/SQL. Okay, so if you ask this question like what is SQL with students, in the sense they are saying like it's a structured query language, then they are waiting for a next question. Actually that is not an answer. If someone asked what is NCC, in the sense if I said National Cadet Corps, in the sense that is not an answer, right? We need to come up with a detailed answer. That is the first mistake we will do. Okay, if we attend some interview as a fresher, what we will do is like if they ask any question, we will close that question by single word, else you are very happy to say I don't know. Okay, actually that is a structured query language, but they are expecting more answer from you. Okay, so we are interacting, right? We have some kind of language like Tamil, English, Hindi, Telugu, something like that. But likewise, as a user, if you want to interact with the database, okay, Oracle, in the sense you must know this SQL. So you can say like this is the structured query language which is used to interact with the database. Okay, if you want to update something, if you want to insert something, or else if you want to retrieve something, those things will be done by SQL. Okay, so I want every one of you to learn this SQL plus. We have a reason for that. Okay, so I will tell you that point in upcoming slides. Then we have one more popular front end called .NET. That is a Microsoft product. I hope you know about this framework. So this is very, very popular front end next to Java. And then they have their own database in their company. It's owned by Microsoft. And then that's why it's called it as MS, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. Then we have web development kind of things. So there you can do some kind of design like placing logo, some menu, some slide bars, something like that. So that thing will covered under this HTML and CSS. By using this, you can design one static website. You can't have contact form. You can have contact form actually, but we can't connect to anything. If you fill that form and if you hit submit button, it won't get stored somewhere. Static in the sense there won't be any change. If there is any shop, in the sense you can go and view the shop name, address, as well as their history. Okay, but Amazon, Flipkart kind of things and all, that is a dynamic site. Every day there will be a new product, new offers, something will be there. Okay, that is a dynamic site. But HTML and CSS will help you to design an attractive website, and corresponding backend is PHP. Okay, PHP with MySQL. So you can't include it in front end. It seems like you can design all the forms by using HTML, and then once you fill the form, everything will be redirected and passed to the MS SQL server in a backend. Okay, sorry, MySQL. Now previously it was open source. This PHP, HTML, MySQL, everything was open source. But now this MySQL database is owned by the company called Oracle. Okay, you have to pay if you are developing some application. If you have 50 plus member team to develop some application, if you are going to use Java or else Oracle database or MySQL, in the sense you must get license from them. Okay, previously it was open source. And then in IBM they have their own product. I hope you guys seen this, like in bank and all, they are having one monitor with black screen application. They used to enter their application or account number and then yes or no, that there will be one blank screen. That kind of application has been developed by language called COBOL or mainframe, something like that. And then they have their own database called DB2. It's owned by IBM. Okay, in market now the top database, these three, like Oracle, MS SQL Server, as well as DB2. Okay, so top product in the sense you can say Oracle as well as DB2. I mean DB2 is an Oracle competitor. Okay, and then we have mobile apps. We used to call that as a native app as well as hybrid. Okay, native in the sense for Android we have to do separate development activity. Hybrid in the sense we have to do separate. I mean one kind of development you can get both Android as well as iOS app. Okay, native in the sense individual development. For iOS separate thing, and then for Android it's a separate thing. But for hybrid you can get single source code. From that you can export these two applications. Okay, so and then you can focus on Python, Angular, React JS. So many front ends are there. But in backend also we have SQLite, MongoDB, Sybase, and then Teradata. We have lot of database in market. But I suggest you to learn this SQL. Do you know why? See, if you know this SQL, you can interact with any database. Like in market we have hundreds of database, thousands of database. If you know this SQL, this is not only designed for Oracle or particularly for MySQL or for DB2. No, if you know insert statement, you can insert data into any database all over the world. If someone uh, found like new database, in the sense even you can work in that. Okay, so that's why if you are a Java developer, 100% you need to learn SQL. If you are a .NET developer, definitely you have to do it. Even in upcoming part, big data, data science, wherever you go, if you have better understanding of data, that will be easy. Okay, so as a primary skill set, if you learn this SQL, in the sense it will help you a lot in upcoming days. Okay, you will get a chance to work as a backend developer or else SQL admin, SQL MySQL admin, Oracle admin, or Oracle developer, something like that. But this SQL is not it's not developed by Oracle. It's like a C programming or common programming concepts. If you know SQL, you can interact with any database. So this is the structured query language which is used to interact with all these database. Okay, and one more thing is, like compared to Oracle, there will be little bit change in SQL Server query syntax. Okay, so if you buy some kind of international standard book, in the sense you can find the same concept in both, like Oracle as well as MySQL Server. For example, I just want to remove all the duplicate records in registration details. If there is any duplicate registration, if you want to remove, in the sense uh, that query will be little bit different in SQL Server as well as Oracle. So in that book you can find in SQL in this concept Oracle query and then MySQL Server query. You can find both queries in that international standard book as well. So don't get confused while learning this SQL. This is common for all the database. Okay, so wherever you go, if you go for testing part or Java, .NET, anything, but if you learn this as a primary skill, it will help you a lot. But if you focus on Java, if you get a chance to work in .NET, that will be a hectic, right? Okay, if you go for MNCs, they will assign you to some kind of training program and they will put you in the development kind of things. But in small companies, based on your skill set only, they will hire you. Okay, and I hope you are clear. I'm coming back to this particular side. So I'm just coming to overview. I'm not going to in depth. Like already we discussed what is front end and back end, and you can get into software development, like developing some kind of application, those things, and then web development, which includes static site as well as dynamic site. And we have advanced thing is HTML, cascade style sheets like CSS and all. Those things will comes under this web development. And then manual testing is nothing you can enter username, password, and you have to validate it. Like someone will develop an application, and that those code as well as application will be moved to some other team. They used to test the particular application, then they will find some error, and later stage then developer will help you to fix it. Okay, so previously that manual testing had more scope, but nowadays everything will comes under, I hope you heard this term called Selenium, RPA. Those things will comes under automation testing. Okay, then there is another part. If you are not good at programming, okay, I have a question for you. So if someone say I am not good at programming, even I am a CS student, I hear these terms from many person. I don't like programming. It's very tough. So if you point that particular person and ask in which programming you did error, or which program you are not able to execute, in the sense they don't have answer for this. So this is myth. Don't say I mean, if you are getting error, the next thing you need to do is you need to explore that error and you need to find a fix for that. Okay, so just start with small programs. If you are learning C, in the sense, just try to print something on a screen, then just try to get some input from users by using scanf. Or if it is C++, C out, you just get some input like using C and C in, C out. I mean, you can use all those things. Okay, and then you can write one more small program to use, if condition, if else loop. Slowly you can start with small program, then you can focus on big. Okay, so once you start seeing the result on your screen, it will help you to practice more. Okay, but without installing the software or without having any material or book, if you simply say I am not good at programming, in the sense, uh, then next phase you will think about this. I am going to join testing related job. No, don't think like that. Even if you are mapped to automation testing, you have to learn Python, Java. Selenium is fully based with Java. You must know Java. Okay, else you must know Python or Ruby. Some kind of programming is mandatory for automation testing as well. Okay, so don't say that. Just try to start practicing small program. Just take half an hour or 1 hour time to learn these steps. Okay, after 30 or 60 days you will become an expert. Okay, then we have something called graphic designing. It's entirely different. I hope you heard this product like Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw, or After Effects, something like that. It's related to totally image designs, or else graphic designs, or animations, 3D rendering. Those kind of things are separately different track. uh, I mean, in Facebook and all, you are seeing news feeds as well as cover photo and all. It's done by their graphic designing team. Okay, for marketing and all, don't think if you learn Photoshop, you can have one small shop and do design for people. No, that is a small kind of thing. So even in ICICI Bank or product designed company, like product based company like Zogo, if you see their advertisement or banners or brochures, everything will be done by these professional designers. That track is entirely different. Graphic designer is a particular role. Okay, and then digital marketing, like getting leads from website, or else Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. And even in LinkedIn also you can get some leads. Like those who are interested, if you are searching for some healthy tips, in the sense, next day it will suggest some healthy products to you. Okay, so they are targeting you. Actually, in this age range, I need men to buy this product. Okay, so you can target someone and you can display your ad to them, and you have to spend some cost to sell your product. Okay, so those things, YouTube marketing, TikTok, I mean, they removed it luckily. Then Facebook, Instagram advertisement, everything will comes under this. SEO is there. Okay, search engine optimization. And then digital marketing comes under this marketing stuffs only. If you have some product, you just sell it to people or inform them you are having that product and benefits, all those things. Okay, so if you search something in Google, and in top 10 places someone will be there, they did SEO. That's why, I mean, that keyword, volume, those things they search and they put it into their websites to be in first or second or third position. Okay, and then data scientist. If you have better understanding of data, from the data we can take some decision. Those things will comes under data analytics part. And then if you are going to handle large volume of data, those things will comes under big data. Okay, then next one. So I asked you guys to learn SQL, right? But you do this thing, you just choose one front end as well as one back end. It might be HTML CSS with MySQL, or else Java with Oracle, or else SQL server with MySQL server with .NET. Okay, any combination. You have to start focusing that 99 percentage preparation, which includes one front end as well as one back end. At the end of the course, you have particular product in your hand. Okay, that result is not like I just completed this course in this particular institute, I didn't get any offer. No, that will not help you to get any offer. You have to develop one small application. That small application, in the sense, don't think business logic and all, like in HDFC bank and all, they are providing card cancellation form is there. Don't go that much. Okay, I need just one login form. Okay, I have to enter my username, password, login. It must navigate to the next screen. There I can add my product list. Okay, if I click on that plus button, I can able to add my product. And if I want to change the price, I can able to update. And if I want to remove that product, I can. Okay, I just said three things. You have to add product, you have to modify, and you have to remove. Okay, these three features I am expecting. Once I press on that logout button, okay, it has to come out. Okay, then if I click back button, in the sense, obviously it will say session expired, something like that. Once you log out, in the sense, going back is not possible. These five things I am expecting. I am repeating you once again. Login feature, logout feature. Okay, that is comes under session concept. And then second most thing is you can add, you can remove, you can modify your product. This is what I am expecting. Okay, without having any skill set, if you ask for job, in the sense, they won't give you. So don't search. Okay, so I'm expecting you guys to develop one small application. That is a trick. Okay, without joining any institute, without getting any help from your staffs, without reading any book, you can learn this application development. Okay, so social media is there. If you focus on some game, if you focus on some food or jewels, in the sense, they keep on suggesting you those kind of pages and all. Okay, but once, see, if you have a plan to learn Python, first thing you have to do is, like, you have to join all the Python group in Facebook, and all the Python group in we have Telegram, that is a new messenger. There we have lot of groups with 70,000 members, 90,000 members. And for you guys, 100% you just ignore this Facebook, Instagram and all, and you must be in LinkedIn. Okay, that is a source. You can't post good morning, good night, in my native I attended this festival. No, they are not expecting that kind of, that is not a forum for you. Okay, you have to ask where I can learn Python easily. Okay, someone will answer. It might be any Facebook group or Instagram page, anything. Okay, but you need to follow them. That is the first rule. You just surround your environment with that kind of people, that kind of group, page, and you can attend free seminars, everything you can do. But you need to like all those pages, and you need to join all the groups and all. Then you have to start asking question. That is the second important thing. Okay, once you joined, you need to ask, like, where I can start, which channel will be very easy to learn, which book I can prefer. Once you start asking question, everyone will suggest some answer. Okay, for example, if they are saying you can learn Python from this particular YouTube channel, it's very good, something they suggest you. Then next thing, you want to know how to install Python, even you can ask that question to them, they will answer. See, if you post this question in our college group, or if you post this question in your family group, you won't get a answer, because we need unique minded people. Like, everyone, they are started learning and they are doing something in Python, you need to ask them. Okay, so you need to be very, very active in LinkedIn, and in Facebook also you have to join all the technical groups. Okay, so if you want to know which software you want to install, you just ask. The only one thing you need to do is you need to post your question in social media groups. Okay, then they will share the link. Here you can download it. This is the way to install. Even in the time of installation also, if you get failed, if you are getting some error message, don't do anything. Just copy that error message and put it in a group. They will give you the fix. Okay, then if you want to know which topic, in the sense, you will get a ebook, right? In that order, you just focus on each and every topic. I'm going to open one notepad, just a minute. Okay. So for example, you are going to learn join concept in Oracle or database, anything. Okay. Joins in Oracle. So a little bit, I just increase the size. Okay. Joins in Oracle. First, what I will do is I will search it in website. Okay, this is what you guys do is right, joins in Oracle. If you put it in Google, you will see some kind of page. First you will open top 5 pages and you start learning. I will give you few more tips. So you just type joins in Oracle blogs. Okay, see, this is what the experienced people will do. Okay, see, I'm working in industry. I used to join somewhere, and if I write some article, I will tell you in which perspective it will be high in performance, low in performance, which one is wrong, in which case we won't prefer join. Instead of that, what we can do, all those real time. See, here you will get what is join, what are all the types of join, what are all the interview questions are there, but this will give you real time scenarios. Okay, so you need to add only one keyword, that is called blocks. Okay, and the next thing is I will do like this: joins in Oracle PPT. You can directly download all the presentation which developed by all the trainers. Okay, because if I say something about primary key and foreign key difference, in the sense no one will understand. Instead of that, if I come up with some image, I hope you guys learned union, intersection, everything by using Venn diagram, right? So instead of writing it in board, if I draw that diagram, you will easily understand. So that's why I want you guys to download at least minimum 4 to 5 PPTs and just go through it. And next thing what you can do is like joins in Oracle and click on that image tab to see all those things. Like if you are going to join, if you are going to learn joins topic, in the sense there will be some overview, or else there will be some kind of representation. Those things you can get it from this image part. Okay, next, if you are a worst student, in the sense you can do this to become an expert. Okay, you just type this joins in Oracle, do it in YouTube. Okay, just go slow. Okay, if you want to job after completing your degree, you have to do these things per topic. For me, it will take 1 to 1.5 hours to teach, but you have to put minimum 6 to 7 hours for learning. Okay, if you attend this class and if you go for movie, and then if you go for your friend room, and then again if you come for next session, that won't work. Okay, even if you join any institute, or any, if you learn these things from any trainers, the thing you need to do is you just attend the session, then immediately come back and spend some time for, see, you guys are talented because you guys completed so many papers, as well as so many labs. You submitted so many assignments, but after coming out from the college, you are going to focus on only one technology. Okay, there is no exam. Okay, there is no marks, no one is going to evaluate you. If you are a worst student, you will take 90 days. If you are very worst student, you will take 120 days. If you are a best student, you will take 60 days. But definitely there will be output, but the duration will be different. Okay, so no one is worst if you spend this much of time in preparation. Okay, and then I want you guys to be active in these social media forums. Like first one, if you don't have profile, you just take, I mean, you can consider this point as a takeaway from this particular session. Okay, you must have LinkedIn account. A lot of students approach me like which technology I can learn, where I can learn, and I already got offer from these two companies, which company I can prefer, can you refer someone from Cognizant. These kind of activities will happen only in LinkedIn. Okay, so I want you guys to join this from 100%. Okay, so you be in a FB or Insta, it's your wish, but as a professional, you must be in this LinkedIn. Okay, next stage, you can join this Facebook as well as Insta. And as I told you before, like you can join, you can have account in Pinterest. There is a forum, Pinterest. WhatsApp, we don't have any group, but similar to that, now we have Telegram app. Okay, here there is lot of channels are there. Now you just install this Telegram and search for Oracle, Python. You can find some kind of groups. Okay, there you'll be having 70,000 members, 1 lakh 35 for WhatsApp status and all. We have group. Okay, why don't you join this technical group? The thing is, you need to identify which technology you are going to learn, whether it is Python or Java or testing. Once you identify that, you have to join all the groups, all the forums. You need to start interact with people. Don't do any work, just post your question, go and sleep. Next day you will get answer. Okay, if someone asks what is, I mean, how to write factorial program in C or factorial programming in Python, you need to do only one thing. You just find the Python group with large number of members, post your question over there, then you will get answer. Okay, so even though if you're active in all these medium, and if you do this kind of study, the more important thing is you need to be active in social media, and consistency is very very important. Today I'm going to ask one question, and after 3 months if I post something in that group, in the sense that won't make sense. Okay, so you need to be active in all this social media forum, then this is the way of learning. Okay, so I hope you can easily learn particular technology and you can develop. See, if someone developed one application, in the sense you can ask them to give a source code, then you can review that code and find how to do that and how to install it, everything they will support you. Okay, fine. Next slide is, so you can easily develop application. If you are very smart, you can do one more thing. You can directly download this application from internet, and you can start doing some kind of research, how they did, what they did in this login form, how they are adding. So after learning, if you project the same application to you as a final year project, that is not good. Okay, you are exploring some application, but you just come up with new thing. Okay, so you can copy all the login form, but end of the day your application must contain your source code. Okay, you can refer thousands of application, and you are going to coming up with only one project that must be yours. Even if you are not completing it, in the sense in final review they will give you 100% mark, because it's in progress. Okay, we can't develop Citibank project in 6 months. It's going for 18 years, 19 years. So you can say, this is what I am doing, this is what I explored, I implemented, and I have some problem in finishing it, but soon I will do it. This will get you 100% instead of getting it from project related, like some companies you are paying and getting project, right? That is a worst idea. Even you can fail, like if you are starting something, if you failed somewhere, don't no need to touch that IEEE paper and all. You just start developing one small application, take internet as a reference and follow the steps whatever I said in this particular notepad, and definitely developing application is 100% possible. Okay, 1 second, check the time, we have 15 more minutes. Okay, so next, so are you guys interested in hearing some story? So if yes, you just type yes in chat window. I'm not able to find any response from any one of you. We have almost 25 members excluding our staffs, me, and how many of you love stories? Okay, no response. I think you have a permission to send message to me. No, this is what the first thing you need to correct. Okay, so I'm not blaming you, everyone will be like that. Out of 100 students, only one person will respond, but in industry it will be very hectic. Like see, if they ask you to complete particular task by Wednesday, if you come on Wednesday and if you inform them I didn't complete it yet, in the sense definitely they will blame you. But instead of that, if on Monday itself if you said it will take another 4 days to complete, in the sense that will be perfect. That is what clearly I'm saying, this is a response. In my class, if I have 40 students, if I ask like are you clear with this concept, they will say yes 38 yes, 2 number of no, but end of the day I will get 40 response. Okay, that is the only thing you need to learn first. Then you just get into LinkedIn, then you identify your technology, then you start learning. Okay, this story is not about king, queen, donkeys. No, it's not like that. It's about you and me. Okay, so this is what happening in industry. Say just consider yourself as a 2021 passed out or something. Okay, for example, okay, 2021 passed out, you guys will take 1 hour rest after completing the receive, after receiving your professional degree, you will take 1 year break, because nowadays engineering graduates, they are saying, I spent a lot of time over there, I lost my energy, I need some break. No, it won't work. We didn't did anything in our life. Okay, after completing degree, if you take rest, in the sense you will lose time. Okay, that is the first thing. Don't do that. If you are completing your degree by June or July, August or September, you must be in Chennai or Coimbatore or Hyderabad, wherever you want. Okay, you just move away from your home as well as college. Okay, don't take break for 4 months, 6 months. If it get extended, in the sense it will go up to 1.5 year. Next biggest mistake what they will do is, like, they will wait for their friends to come to Chennai. Okay, if you have 5 members team, in the sense, you can think like that. See, one guy will say, I will come after 3 months, in the sense rest 4 will wait for them. No, if 4 persons wait for particular persons, that won't work. Instead of that, you can do one thing. You can come to Chennai, you can learn something, and you can ask him to come later, and you can teach him. Okay, don't spoil your time for waiting for your friend. Okay, you can do some good thing for your friend. Instead of that, you can ask him to come to Chennai. In the time, you will be expert. In the time, you can teach him to get into a job. Okay, this is the second thing. uh, that first thing which I said is, like, immediately after completing your degree, you have to sit and learn something. If you are not able to do, you just approach some individual trainers, or you just approach some training companies. They will help you to learn stuffs. Okay, and then third biggest mistake, joining one institute based on their course fee or else distance. Okay, if you are in Chennai, okay, for example, I will say our area as an example. If you are in Christian Goil, and in Srivi we have one institute. Okay, and we have one more good institute in Rajapalayam. You need to prefer Rajapalayam. Okay, it's not about Srivilliputtur or Christian Goil. Okay, we need content. Okay, if you are not able to travel, in the sense, that is also failed case. And someone will say, this course is for 15,000, that this same course is for 24,000. Don't judge the course based on the fee or else distance. Okay, you just sit with trainer and ask for clarity. What I can learn, I'm not good at programming, where I have to start, and what kind of content you will cover it in testing. These kind of questions you can ask, and you can take some decision. Okay, and then third big mistake is, once you start attending the class, just attending won't work. Okay, for example, I'm going to join Selenium course. I joined one institute. After 30 days, if you ask for job, no one will give you. Just assume I have one burger or pizza shop. You are coming there and you are asking for 25,000 salary, but you don't know how to make pizza. But instead of that, if you said, I know how to make pizza, burger, sweets, and different varieties of pizza, I can able to provide 35, 45, 55, anything. Without having content, we can't demand. That is what the main thing I would like to convey. Okay, so that's why 99% spend more time for preparation. You just take 3 months. If you are a worst candidate, if you think you are a worst candidate, you just take 6 months. If you think you are very, very worst, you are not good in programming, you just take 9 months. But don't try to attend and ask for interview. None of the institute will provide you the job. They won't schedule any interview. If you have a talent, definitely you will get selected. I will tell you one more thing, one survey, small stats. Okay, so when I was working in Oracle, we used to interview 80 number of peoples. Out of 80, only 10% will move to the second round. Only 3% will clear the last round. Only 1% will join. If they have a stuff to clear this particular interview, definitely they will approach some other company as well. So if you say there is no openings in market, in the sense, that is not a true. Don't say that word. We have 3 openings and we have 3,000 members, and if you are talented, you will be in, otherwise you will be out. Okay, it's not about, see, if you know how to run fast, in the sense, you can. If 1,000 person comes with you, or 10,000 persons comes with you, why you are worrying about that? You know how to run fast, right? So you have to focus on your track, you have to focus on your speed. Okay, that is important. Don't scared. See, we have 4 lakhs graduate in market. How can I get into a job? In the sense, that really difficult. If you start preparing, if you are very strong in particular technology, that is definitely possible. Okay, and then this is what I am trying to convey. Stop searching and start preparing. Okay, and learning is not like just learning won't work. That in-depth learning. So we don't have much time. So I will try to explain one concept like in technical point of view. I ask this question with freshers like if I ask what is null in the sense, what is null in the sense, they used to say this is zero, unknown, something like this. Okay, but there is a different answer. It's like what is SQL in the sense, structured query language. What is null in the sense, they are saying this is zero or unknown, but this is not a zero. It might be a zero. Okay, I will tell you that point later. Unknown value or unassigned value or unavailable value. Basically, particular absence, we are representing it as null. Okay, and I have few more questions. Null equal to zero. Is it true or false? Null equal to space. Null equal to null plus 20 equal to what? So these are all the questions I am having. So I will tell you these things. I don't want to ask and that we have less time. So it's not equal to zero. Okay. So for example, I am not sure how much temperature is in Madurai. Okay, now. Okay. At 11:52, I just want to know how much temperature is in Madurai. Obviously, I don't know, but I can't mention it as 0 degrees Celsius. If you are not aware about any value, you have one cup of water, you are going to test the pH value. If you are not aware about that, if you are not going to test it, you can't say that is zero. Unknown value is not equal to zero because zero is a value. Minus 3, 0. 0 is the greatest value. Plus 3, 0. 0 is a lesser value. 0 is a value actually. It's not equal to 0. In some tools, we can find in database, in some tools, we can find a space. Actually, it's not a space. They are projecting like it. And in some tools, they are projecting it as special character. Actually, it's not a special character. Okay. Null equal to null. No, most of the freshers will agree this null is equal to null. No. See, for example, Raja sir is there. I am not aware about his blood group. Okay. And we have one more person in your classroom. I am not aware about his blood group as well. We can't say both of them having a same blood group. See, if you have two value, if you have two blood group, you can say this is equal or not equal. But without having value, you can't judge whether it is equal to or not. Null not equal to null. This is the, even if you have 5 lakhs null, that is a different unique null. Okay. And then null plus 20 equal to, see, you have some amount in your pocket, some amount in your pocket or purse. Okay. I'm just giving 100 rupees to you. You can, I mean, no one can say you have totally 100 rupees. Even if I give 1000, you can't say you have totally 1000 rupees until I know that value. We can't set the result. Even in this time also, it's unknown. So if you say null is equal to 0, that is a one kind of answer. That is a wrong answer. But instead of that, if you say null is unknown value, unassigned value, or unavailable value. For example, you are applying for passport, and after verification, they will assign you some value that is considered as unassigned value. Okay. So this is what the detailed answer is. If you answer 5 to 6 questions like this, remaining 4 you can say I don't know. But instead of that, if you say 8 question don't know and 2 question with wrong answer, in the sense a lot of students used to say I attended that interview, I answered all the questions, but they didn't selected me. No, your answer is wrong. That is not a right place to explain all the answer. I hope you got this point. You should be very sharp in this. Like you should have much technical skill set before attending the interview. Okay. So I just listed out all the topics which we are having SQL. I will share this PPT with you, or this PDF with you. You can start exploring like that, whatever it is, PPT or YouTube or website or blog. You just explore all those topics in those medium and try to prepare a document like a book. Okay. You just assume one guy is not able to understand anything. You are going to prepare document for him. Okay. So just consider retrieving data, just put it in Google, put it in YouTube and learn something and install software, practice, copy that log and put it in your log. I mean, put it in your notepad. That will help for others to learn. Okay. So once you're done with SQL, you can learn PL SQL. Next part will be units. So here we are going to purely like deal with data, how we are going to process, manage data. Next stage you can think about big data or else data science. As a fresher, don't try to learn these kind of big data, data science and all. This is for experienced people. Or else if you are a fresher, if you want to get into a data science track, you need to put more effort. Okay, after 2 or 3 years, once you get into IT industry, then once you started earning, you can learn these things. Okay, minimum you have to put 8 months or 10 months of time to become an expert in data science. For big data, minimum it will take 4 to 5 months. That attending 45 hours of training, I'm not talking about that. Preparing yourself. Okay, how I said, I mean, I gave detailed answer for null, right? Likewise, if you want, you have to explain these joins for minimum 30 minutes. If you are mentioning this particular topic in your resume, if they ask what is joins, minimum 30 to 45 minutes. So if you are able to answer that particular keyword in the sense, then only you have to mention it in your resume. Okay, else you just ignore it. Okay, so I just mentioned my Facebook page. I mean, this is not my personal account, this is my page. You can connect with me to get a free webinars as well as free programs and all. And we have a separate group for career development. Okay, this not comes under any brand. Okay, this is my personal page, this is my personal group, where I am sharing all the career related tips, like what are all the keywords you can include it in your resume. And end of the day, if you are not doing anything, if you are not able to take anything from this session, you must create this LinkedIn account. This is what my request. Okay, as a student, most of them won't do it. Okay, you just concentrate on your response rate. You just create one account in Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram. Then identify the technology, start learning that. Go slow, that is not the problem. Okay, so if you are learning something 20 percentage and without having job, if you are in industry for 4 years, that is worst. You learn something for 1 year and get a job within 30 days. That will be a different formula. And thank you so much for listening. Before closing the session, I will show you only one implementation code, like whatever I said, project something and all. I will show you one example which will help you to understand how the back end things work. Select star from. I have some customers. See here, I have some customer ID with contact number. I hope you can able to view. Okay, now customer is going to register for some complaint. All those complaint will be registered here. I have one more table called select star from. Okay, if I execute this query, I have only one complaint. Okay, now I am going to teach you like how to raise a complaint. I have a separate code for that. So for example, I am just copying this mobile number. Okay, and then we have customer ID from 1001 to 1005. Just keep it in your mind. Okay, now I am going to create one complaint. The thing you can do it by using right click test. This is what the code we written. See, it will be insert, update, select, if, something like that. Okay, okay, so here I'm going to create one new complaint. Right click test. Here it will ask this will be the data from front end. Now I don't have front end, so I'm using, so reference ID they will give, and then customer ID you need to enter like 1004. Okay, mobile number, it's optional. You can give mobile number or customer ID to raise a complaint. And issue type is network issue. And then here you can only specify two values. One is hardware and software. I just written code like that. If I enter something like W, in the sense it won't work. Like, see, issue type must be hardware or software. Now I am going to give hardware, but I am going to provide wrong customer ID. Now it will say invalid customer ID or mobile number. So, but if you give valid customer ID, this thing is mandatory. Now I am raising a complaint. Okay, status failed, network issue. Okay, issue type must be hardware or software. Okay, issue type, issue description, you can enter it as network. Okay, now I'm going to raise the complaint. From front end, if they fill their customer ID and what type of constraint and complaint and description and all. Now complaint has been registered and we received reference number. This particular reference ID is generated by one object called sequence. I mentioned the topic, okay, like your roll number and all, it's registered by. Now you can check the table. Now we received one new complaint. 1 second. So here we have a complaint table. Previously we had only one complaint, right? Now we have this complaint is in pending state, okay, pending for approval. Someone need to approve it. See, if you check other columns, approved by approved date and time, rejected by rejected date and time and all. Next, I have one more program to approve it. I have a reference number. Okay, here I have one more program to. So I'm going to give the reference number and I need to say whether I need to approve it or reject it. But instead of that, if I give G in the sense, it will show you error message, whether I need to approve it or reject it. Okay, but I'm going to provide invalid complaint ID, so it won't work. So I have to give valid complaint ID. If I execute this, you can go and check the table. So whatever the complaint which we raised, the status of that particular complaint is pending for approval so far, but I approved it now. If you execute it, that status will be approved, and then approved by whom? Approved date and time. In case of rejection, these details will be get filled, like rejected by who rejected that and what time and what is the reason for that rejection. And even you can, in case of rejection, you can reopen that complaint. That kind of code I written after long term. I mean, like after 9 years, I get a chance to see some kind of roll number in your message. So that will be, for example, create sequence my SCQ or roll SCQ, roll number sequence, something like that. Okay, by using this you can create a. Okay, now I will tell you how they are generating your for example, I want my college ID to starts with KLU. Okay, then followed by 99, then followed by your year of passed out, right? That thing I can get it from this here. There is a code called, okay, this is what the format is, KLU 99 and then your year of passed out and then sequence name dot next val. It will return only one digit. I want to make it as 4 digits, so I'm just putting lpad comma size comma remaining will be filled with 0. So this is what our roll number. I'm going to execute it. Okay, this is how they generated your roll number. Okay, KLU, or you have these kind of things, right? 99 2018, and then remaining number will be generated by sequence. So if you are placing some order in Amazon or Flipkart, whatever it is, they are generating some kind of reference number like this only. Okay, so if you want the date to be in, you can provide some other thing, DDMOMM. So you need to learn all the formats. See, now it will be different. Today's date will be there, 22/07/2020, and rest thing will be 4145, 4144, 4143, something like this. So it will be 414. I mean, there we have a number, but here I have single digit. We can very specify about that as well. So you just learn anything. And how many of you from other state? How many of you from other state? Okay, anyhow, I will share this slide. I hope you got some takeaway. So in upcoming days, you are going to attend so many seminars as well as technical meetups and all. Definitely, there should be yeah, 3 takeaway from that and 1 implementation point. Okay, today I said something like, right, you have to observe this. Okay, we have to join this LinkedIn and we need to create an account. Once you create an account, you just give a request to me. I would be more than happy because you created an account. I'm just suggesting you the LinkedIn. This is the biggest platform. Instead of spending more time on FB, if you spend more time on LinkedIn, you will get lot of technical updates, job openings, updates from CVO and how much they invest in Geo. Everything you can get it over there. Okay, and thanks for listening. And you're a wonderful student, and no one disturbed me in mid. And there won't be much takeaway, but you have to implement something whatever you learned in this session. Okay, thanks guys. I done with my part.
Okay. Okay, thank you, our distinguished alumni, Mr. Murugappa sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
For your wonderful session. Now we have a lot a lot of new ideologies
Yeah,
that there is emerging trends in SQL and Oracle, and there is a DBMS also. Okay, we
yeah,
learned something, and so this is our initiative. So we just proceed further for the
yeah,
further.
sure, sir. Because
And
I, yeah,
tell me, sir,
they
any
need to
other questions
identify
for
the,
students?
yeah, they need to identify the technology, and if they start preparing in the sense slowly, I don't want them to complete it in within the 20 days or 30 days. You can take more time, okay, because you are capable of completing 6 papers, so many things you are doing. This is single paper without exam mark, so you can definitely focus on one technology now itself. In student stage itself, if you start focusing on technology, getting job is nothing. That is very very easy. We don't have any competition today, because getting skilled people is very difficult for industry. So you have to be prepared for that. Don't search for job, okay? That is my opinion. And if you guys interested in free training or anything, whatever the update, you can get it from that page as well as career development group. Okay, be a part of it, and I would like to share more for my college students as well as others as well. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, once again, students, any other questions you want to ask our sir?
Anything, if it is in Tamil also fine. Don't refuse to unmute your line. I'm ready to support you. You can ask questions in Tamil as well as English. Anything is fine.
Okay, anything else, students?
At least you have to say no. Fine.
No, sir.
Okay, sir. Fine. No
Okay,
issues. Thank you.
okay, okay. We conclude the session. Okay, so once again I would like to thank, there is on behalf of our Department of CSE, on behalf of HOD, Department Dr. Francis Savary Devaraj sir, and our Dean ma'am, that is B. Lakshmi ma'am. On behalf of that, we are going to conduct, we are going to planning for some alumni series for the benefit of the students. Okay, so we are going to arrange for all the students for the beneficial.
Sure, sir.
So once again, I thank our alumni, Mr. Murugapan, for accepting our invitation without any delay. So thank you, sir. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
welcome, sir. Actually, it's my
And,
department. I have to do it. So for any kind of program, I'm ready to come there. Even if I lost my revenue, that is not a problem. I will come for my students, my department, and anything. Okay.
okay,
Thanks for the
okay. Thank you.
opportunity, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much.
Welcome, sir. Yeah, thank
And
you.
also, I would like to thank our participants and our faculty members. Once again, I would like to thank all of you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.
Yeah, welcome, sir. Bye bye. I'm leaving. Bye.
And thank you. Thank you. ஓடலையா கேளுவேன்